Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So that's got things underway.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
Serginho. Yamal.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Rijkaard. And it's Messi. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. It's anyone's ball now. Has a look and plays it forward. Zanetti. Pirlo. Serginho. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. They get a throw in. Oh, good steal, he just read it. And he's well positioned here. Oh, shooting chance! Pass somewhat off target. Kessié. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Well, the defence proved infallible then. All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
This then to draw level. Golden opportunity wasted.
You couldn't ask for a better opportunity to equalise, but now he'll feel like the opposition have just scored. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Great ball, and he's in here. Rui Costa. And that has left him in a heap. Ibrahimovic chasing after it. Well read, nice interception. Into the channel. Now it's Forlan.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's Yamal. Yamal going face-to-face with his great rival. And the finish! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Oh, good-looking ball. Rui Costa can so cleverly bypass the press. Serginho. It's Rui Costa. Passing nice and neat. Knocks it out wide. He's had it taken off him. That's the throw. And it's Zanetti. Good ball, good take. Denilson. Denilson goes on a run down the left wing. Oh, that's a key interception.
Danielson really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Hazard. It's Hazard! Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Yamal. Yamal!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Now it's Yamal. He is through here. Chance, surely! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip. Milan can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Pirlo is always looking to break lines. Oh, it's Ibrahimovic! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Ibrahimovic is offering a wry smile there.
Serginho. Played towards the other side. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. That's a lovely, neat pass. And it's Zanetti. Now Pirlo. Oh, good ball! Now can he find a... Ibrahimovic! Hazard. Kessié.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
It's a sharp little ball here. And smartly reclaimed. And there's the end of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Milan have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break.
Attenzione, un cambio.
That gets things going for the second half. Milan carrying a one-goal lead. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Danielson. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Zanetti. Howson makes the interception. Kessié is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Rui Costa. Nicely aimed pass, and the counter is on. Chips it through. He's found a way through. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Lovely, great chance! And he's following up. It's in. And this is getting better and better. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Serginho. Ibrahimovic. He's in plenty of space here. Van Dijk. Puyol looking to provide the solidity his team so need. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Oh, that's well done, really robust. And this is Messi, and Messi! And it's Serginho. Serginho's, oh, what a climb! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Spread out to the left. Cristiano Ronaldo. Now they can break here. That has been cut short. Serginho. Zanetti. He goes for a shot! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Zanetti deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Danielson, out towards the flank. Azar, played out wide. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. It's a pretty loose pass. Kessié, and here's Torres. Good take, and it's a decent chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Barcelona really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Zanetti. That's a sharp pass. They're urging him to shoot. Crossed him. Up he goes! Oh, crossbar! Azar. So what can they make of this? And here's Torres. Out towards the flank. Now it's Messi.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Kessié.
Milan have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. And it's Zanetti. Pirlo. Yamal. Searching pass he's played there. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Puyol. Change of plan here, perhaps.
Well, he just didn't have any support.
Great run on the overlap here. And this is Messi.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And that will be it. Milan can reflect on a job really well done. Superior tactically, physically and mentally. All round the better side. It turned into a very, very smooth ride. Cristiano Ronaldo taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And we're underway. Kaká in the side, just about as box office as it gets.
Yeah, I totally agree. He, in many ways, the blueprint of the modern-day number 10, lauded for his simple and very graceful style of play. Really is a player who has the lot.
You come to the game just to see him play. We expected better, and so did he. Now, can they get him away? Rui Costa. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Kaká. Messi. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Serginho. Well, that has not gone well. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Chiellini cuts out the pass. That has ended up in no man's land. Zanetti. Fair to say, I think, a cautious start from both teams. And it's Serginho. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Serginho.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
Has a look and plays it forward. Great vision. No, that's been intercepted. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Pirlo. And now the breakaway. And here's Forlan. Ronaldinho. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Pelé, and he's in on goal.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
And it's Ibrahimovic. Zanetti. Played back into the centre.
Milan really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
And here's Ibrahimovic. He's Ibrahimovic! Goal! Milan! You just know there is no stopping that.
I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
Gol per il Milan. Ha segnato al 26esimo minuto numero 11. Ibrahimovic.
Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Now it's Messi. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Now it's come to nothing. And here's Ibrahimovic. Beckenbauer defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Forlan, and he's had it nicked away. Rui Costa. And the counter is on. Serginho. Messi goes for a shot! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Milan with the corner, they're first. And now a sudden chance to counter.
Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
And that's put paid to a promising move. And that has put paid to that.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Knocks it into space. Berisi. Messi might just make this. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Zanetti gets into some space. Out of play for a throw. And he's managed to gift it back. Now it's Ibrahimovic.
Ci sarà un minuto di
And it's
recupero.
Serginho. We are into stoppage time. And there is the half-time whistle. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent, but I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Milan, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. That gets things going for the second half. Milan carrying a one-goal lead. It's a promising position.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Kaká. Can he get on the end of this? Chance to deliver. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. Having a shot! Sticks it away! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Now it's Forlan. Could be danger here. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Milan really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure and come again.
Rui Costa can so cleverly bypass the press. Belletti. Now it's Pelé. Tries to play it through. That is a brilliant interception. Cristiano Ronaldo. Just about up to the hour now. And it's Serginho. And here's Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up.
It's a mighty effort! Firm header just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
And here's Ronaldinho. Now it's Forlan. Oh, important interception. Engages and forces him off the ball. And this is Ronaldo. Zanetti. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Rui Costa. Kaka. And it's Messi. Tele.
Such good technique.
Pings in he rises! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
Ruben Diaz clears it away. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Beckenbauer gets across to intercept that. It's a really well-measured ball. Played into the middle. Van Dijk tries to clear. Now this could be a decent chance! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Messi. Pelé. Oh, this is a terrific run. Puyol does well to get it back. And the finish! Goal, Germany! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Simplicity itself.
There was a distinct lack of pressure there, Peter. It was a good finish, but it was made easy. That's poor defence.
Germany go into the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Just eases him off the ball. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Zanetti. Ronaldinho. Pirlo is always looking to break lines. It's a pretty loose pass. Not the most accurate pass. Looking for the run. Oh, shoot! There's the shot! Goal! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Germany are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Germany go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Shot, surely! And that is wildly off target.
Pretty robust defending.
Now he's off and running. And here's Forlan. Oh, that is a nice touch. It's Forlan! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And it's Belletti. And here's Messi. Cannavaro gets over and intercepts. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Pirlo. Messi. Played out to the left flank. Played back in. And he shoots! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are pulling clear here. There. And we're done. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead, and ultimately they lost the game. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Milan desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here, This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And we're underway. It appears to be a 4-4-2 formation, Jim.
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add. And it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course, so with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play. And, of course, the right service into the box. Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the...
Tries a shot! Superb goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
That was fabulous. The most adept of touches, the smoothest of finishes.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
Madrid are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Now it's Ibrahimovic, and he was quick to react. Alexander-Arnold, and here's Mbappe. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Puyol. And it's Serginho. Rui Costa. It's Pirlo. And it's Zanetti. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. There's the shot! He's got a goal! 500 goals! 500 goals! Stop everything and remember where you were. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
So that's 2 now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And here's Isak. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Rui Costa plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Puyol. Pirlo. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And he's quick to snatch it back. And this is Ibrahimovic. Out towards the flank. Neymar. Mbappe. Saka. Oh, that is a nice touch. Tries to pass it through. Drives it in. Messi. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Neymar. And Alexander-Arnold. And here's Mbappe. Alexander-Arnold has got himself a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. He'll fancy himself from here. This then an ideal chance to cut the deficit. Good ball, good take. And the shot! He has done it! Madrid get themselves back into contention.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
And it's Serginho. Oh, well played, well played. Chooses to go cross-field.
That's a great ball cross-field.
Now it's Mbappe. Alexander-Arnold. And here's Isak. Saka. Ruben Dias gets rid without sophistication. Pirlo is the team's great visionary. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Knocks it into space. Oh, that was vital. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Now it's Camavinga. Pirlo cuts out the pass. Oh, there's a probing ball. And he cuts out the supply. Neymar. Alexander-Arnold. And here's Isak. Shapes to shoot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Messi. Can he get it through? And this is Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Milan head into the half-time break with a narrow lead, 2-1.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 23 será reemplazado por el dorsal 4.
There's the start of the second half. Knocks it out wide. It's Rui Costa. Played out wide. Milan looking to pass their way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Saka.
Does have his name on the score sheet, of course. McTominay.
Saka.
And it's Van Dijk. Played out to the right. Isak! Just a whisker away.
Saka.
And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. Saka.
Out towards the flank. Oh, this is a great... Oh, shooting chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
McTominay kept his eye on it, and he's there. McTominay has created one goal already. Van Dijk. Saka. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Rijkaard gets over and intercepts. And it's Ibrahimovic. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Serginho. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Pirlo. And it's Rui Costa. That's very neat. Ball swung in. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Now it's Isak. McTominay out to the right. Now it's Neymar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And it's Neymar. Has a shot! Should have equalised.
Well, I think that look says it all, Peter. Brilliant save from the keeper. He read the situation superbly.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores.
Corner number 2 then.
Neymar, el dorsal 2.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
El dorsal 5.
Messi. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And this is Ronaldo. Zanetti. That's cause for mild irritation.
Saka.
It's Camavinga.
Saka.
And it's Camavinga. Sends it crossfield. And it's Alexander-Arnold. He rises! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. The final 5 minutes.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now it's Mbappe.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
No, that's been intercepted. And back to the goalkeeper. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Alexander-Arnold. Not the most convincing of passes. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. Ibrahimovic voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the early goal certainly helped settle everything down, and from there you felt this was always going to go one way. So this turns out to be a very fine day at the office.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, when you say Brazilian fullback, there's only one man, isn't there?
There've been a couple, Jim, haven't there? But I guess you mean Roberto Carlos.
I do, and probably the first of the current crop of fullbacks who played as a withdrawn winger.
And he's had some wow moments along the way.
He excels.
And here's the chance to counter. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Serginho. Rui Costa. And it's Pirlo. And Zanetti. Lovely bit of skill. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Puyol. Knocks it into space. Can he get it through? Milan, without doubt, seeing more of the ball and looking to turn it now into something meaningful. Pirlo. And it's Zanetti. Engages and forces him off the ball. Zanetti made a surge from fullback, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. A real opportunity here from a position of great... Pirlo! Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Pirlo goes short, looking to go deep. And now they can spring out of defence. And here's Ibrahimovic. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Messi. Still goalless at the moment. Neymar, very much a man of this moment. Puyol kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Cristiano Ronaldo, looking for the run. Oh, easy pickings there. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it. Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
He's had it taken off him, and he skips past his man. Van Dijk is very much of the non-shell pass school of defending. Searching pass he's played there. Pirlo. And it's Serginho. No, that's been intercepted. Pirlo. And Zanetti. Ruben Dias. 30 minutes gone. Rui Costa. Now can he find a finish? Neymar. Now it's Eto'o. And he's chosen to go back.
Milan couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Ambitious ball here.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Rui Costa. Berisi gets a foot in here. Van Dijk kept his eye on it, and he's there. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. That's a nicely shaped ball. Pirlo.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And it's Serginho. Rui Costa. Pirlo. Zanetti. And that was nowhere near his best. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Makaleli is sporting a gilt and a chance! Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
Well, he looks like he's annoyed with himself there. He didn't do an awful lot wrong, did he?
Makaleli does really well to win the ball there. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Threads one in. Great ball if he can get there. Nice intercept. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. And after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time.
Cambio di giocatori.
That gets things going for the second half.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this. That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Crossed in early. Cristiano Ronaldo. Now he's got space here. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Rui Costa. Serginho. Now it's Ibrahimovic. He's found a way through. Serginho's cross.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Messi. Oh, cracking ball. Real chance! Oh, he's been caught on it here. Drives it. Terrific header. There it is!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Messi just eases him off the ball. Now it's Neymar. Serginho. Oh, can he get onto this? And he welcomes it in. Oh, it's Neymar! No mistake! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Roberto Carlos cuts it out. The cross. Looking to play him in. And Messi! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Played into space. Ruben Dias promptly onto that, and that is that. Zanetti. Pirlo is always looking to break lines. And it's Messi. Nicely spread. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Dink through. And this is Neymar. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. That's a shade optimistic. Zanetti. 75 minutes played. Oh, good-looking ball. Looking tidy in possession here. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's made its way to it. Cristiano Ronaldo! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Milan have their second corner now. And it's hoisted clear.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Well read. Nice interception. Serginho. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
And he plays one through. Ruben Dias. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Now it's Messi. And it's Roberto Carlos. Messi. Ruben Dias deals with that comfortably.
This is the time you need that pace.
Rui Costa. And it's Pirlo.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Rui Costa. And Serginho. Now it's Rui Costa. Now it's Ibrahimovic.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Zanetti. Ruben Dias. Van Dijk. And it's Serginho. And that's it. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Messi picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, we're on the way.
Javier Zanetti will be having a very busy game for sure, Peter. He'll be raiding the flanks all game long, if he's allowed to, of course. But if he starts beating people and getting balls into the box consistently, I can only see one winner here.
And he does it with such an unassuming demeanour. He makes the ordinary look beautiful, doesn't he?
He does, absolutely. His game is just laced with moments of sheer brilliance.
Vieira has been shown a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm. Cruyff making good progress on the right-hand side. Well, that looks a decent ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, can he get onto this? Xavi. Now it's Cruyff. Out towards the flank. Played for Chiellini. Looks to the other side. Zanetti. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. That's a sharp pass. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And for a moment, you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Fair to say, I think, a cautious start from both teams. Rui Costa can see things others simply cannot.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Rui Costa. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, no joy this time. Saint-Étienne look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Zanetti. And the counter is on. And it's Vieira. Now it's Cruyff.
That was lovely, that.
That has been slung wide.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Xavi. That's a promising run he's making on the right. Chooses, tries a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! Cristiano Ronaldo. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Messi. Rui Costa. And it's Pirlo. Knocks it out wide. Pirlo. Milan couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. And it's Batistuta. Serginho. And it's Van Dijk. Has a look up and drives it forward. Well timed, excellent interception. Vieira. Oh, it's a great ball here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. But that has not gone well. And here's Batistuta. He's in space and looking for options. Ruben Dias attempts a clearance.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. And back to the goalkeeper. Howson to Chiellini. Howson. And Zanetti. Cruyff. Out to the left it goes. Yeah, he's offering an apology for that. He needed to deliver a better ball. And it's Xavi. Lovely bit of skill. And that'll be the last act of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. There's the start of the second half.
Milan really can count themselves lucky not to be behind at half-time. Couldn't really work out what they were trying to do, actually. Letting themselves get dominated like that, it's very confusing.
It's a promising position. Big header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Serginho. Iniesta. Vieira. Vieira has alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Batistuta!
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Now it's Rui Costa. Pirlo. And here's Ibrahimovic. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Iniesta. Ruben Dias cuts it out. And here's Messi. And it's Ibrahimovic! Oh, it rattles the bar! Now he's off and running. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. Zanetti carries the ball down the right. He is just caressing the ball. It's a really well-measured ball. And he was alert to it. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Saint-Etienne clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Rui Costa is always scanning the pitch for targets. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Well, that pass surprised everyone and not in a good way.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Now it's Batistuta. He's played it back. And it's Xavi. Xavi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, there's a probing ball. Ibrahimovic. Zanetti. Quality ball. Serginho. And it's Puyol. Zanetti. Ruben Dias. Rui Costa. And Serginho. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Xavi. And here's Cruyff. Serginho with a fine tackle. Pirlo. Cristiano Ronaldo. Batistuta. Batistuta! Delivers the ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Vieira.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be. Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
Muscular approach does pay off here. Ambitious ball here. And this is Batistuta. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And this is Cruyff.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And that's played in low. That's really well cleared. And again! Searching pass he's played there. Oh, delightful ball. And this is great chance! Oh, it's in! Finally! 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 And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And that's that. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
I suppose they might admit to not having the best 90 minutes of possession with the ball, but they were harried continually by a team that seemed to want it that bit more.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, for a defender, Peter, Andy Robertson's style of play is more akin to that of a wing-back or even a wide attacker. Time after time, you see him make...
He's had a shot! Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, important interception. Looking for a runner. Oh, it's Batistuta. Van Dijk. Milan finding their passes. Ribéry. Tries to pass it through. And he shoots! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Up towards the front line. Looking for the run. And that could set him on his way. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Pirlo.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Still goalless at the moment. It's a pretty loose pass. Zanetti. And it's Rui Costa. And it's Serginho. Tries to play it through. Rui Costa providing an outlet on that big header!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now this could be a chance. Azar can so cleverly bypass the press. He's a sharp little ball here. Ribéry takes control of it and he's on the move. Ruben Dias. Rui Costa. And Serginho. Pass somewhat off target. Can he get it through? Oh, that's fabulous. Olise. Olise! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Palestine with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Rui Costa. Pirlo. Zanetti. Passing is crisp and sharp. Aimed beyond the defence. And that's Messi! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
And it's Ribéry. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, shooting chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. Rui Costa. Ribéry. Threads one in. Takes a shot! And that is wildly off target.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Zanetti. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Searching pass he's played there. Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. And it's Serginho. Rui Costa is always scanning the pitch for targets. And Messi! Oh, the ball's run loose here. He's done very well to get to that.
Messi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Pirlo plays it short. Pirlo. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Robertson picks it up out wide. It looks a good ball through. He's got away. Crossbar comes to the rescue. Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Batistuta has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Oh, good spread. Now it's Olise. No, it's come to nothing. Nicely aimed pass.
There will be 1 minute added time.
That has been cut short. Now it's Batistuta. And we hit half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
Just a quick
So there was the first half.
A very entertaining half, Peter. The game's been played at a really good intensity. It's been open. It's been quite end-to-end, and I think the crowd are really immersing themselves into this, and I just hope we get more of the same in the second half. Something to look forward to.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here. 0-0 at the break. Here we go again then. So neither side has yet broken through. And here's Ibrahimovic. Rui Costa. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Ribery. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Zanetti.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Schmeichel. Oh, they could be caught out here. Takes a shot. It's there!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class. Real class.
A momentary lapse exploited with glee.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
So the first moment of real significance. And Cristiano Ronaldo! Well, there's the clearance.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Substitution on the field.
It's their second corner of the game.
Rui Costa. Number 19, Hazard. Number 15.
They've played it short.
Olise. Number 20, Ribery. Number
Nice control.
11,
Pirlo's
Batistuta.
cross. Oh, smashing header.
Number 4,
Firm header,
Rooney.
just off target.
Number
That's a
18,
really decent chance.
Number
It's a
10,
searching pass. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And Torres!
Number 14.
Looked to surprise the keeper, but missed the target.
Fernando Torres really would relish another crack at that same challenge, I suspect.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Serginho is one whose deliveries we all know about. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Nicely weighted ball.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Adam. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. Decent enough try.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Nice bit of trickery. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
That has not gone well. Torres. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Engages and forces him off the ball. Zanetti. Not the most accurate pass. Howson. And Jamal.
Palestine clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Zanetti did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Messi. And it's Messi. No outsmarting him this time. Milan are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Pirlo. Messi. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Schmeichel gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Puyol. And it's Rui Costa. And it's Messi. Stood up well to him there.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
We are into overtime. Robertson looking to penetrate opposition lines. And here's Messi. And we're done. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that.
Hello attendees.
How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
I've been in this position myself, and this will be difficult to take. They did everything right but score, but at least I suppose they can reflect on a few positives from this one.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So that's got things underway.
Peter, it's not often I'll focus on the influence of a goalkeeper, but Vitor Baia is an exception I'm happy to make. Consistently strong and one of Portugal's very best players. never mind just keepers.
Yeah, I very much doubt his nation has ever had anyone better in that position. That's headed upfield. And this is Ronaldo. It's Ibrahimovic! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Oh, this looks sharp. And that has left him in a heap. Little doubt, that is a foul. The referee's come over. It's a red card. China are now forced to play the bulk of the game a man short.
Well, his thinking may have been about making his presence felt, but not the wisest of decisions.
Well, he's hit it long, but astray. It's Rui Costa. Now this could be a chance. Raul proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. Schmeichel claims comfortable. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Cristiano Ronaldo! And this is Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Rui Costa. Pirlo is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Opts for safety. He won't be happy with that one. Played down the flank. Oh, he's found support out wide. Owen receives it in a wide position. And Owen! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, he's been caught on it here. Flash and climbs up big. Crossbar comes to the rescue. Goal! China! And it's China who take the lead.
Gol per la Cina. Ha segnato al 20° minuto numero 10. Owen!
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Messi, very much a man of this moment. Xavi Alonso. Oh, that's clever. Owen! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Owen really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. Nice interception, well timed. And that has been clubbed away. And he's let fly. Keeper is right behind it.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
Rui Costa is fouled. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, they are now a 9-man team.
Cambio di giocatori.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Quality ball. Ronaldo is onto it in a flash. Xavi Alonso. And this is Owen. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Pirlo. It's a threatening ball. Serginho. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. China have the chance to go the other way. And this is Pirlo. Oh, that's a key interception. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Ruben Dias cuts it out. That has not gone well. Messi charging forward, the ball at his feet. Goes down, but nothing given. In with the challenge. It's Rui Costa. Zanetti. Zanetti has been caught there, it's a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Well, if he's serious about trying from this range, I think he must feel he can generate the power. Big ask.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And that was a fine display of acrobatics.
That's just outrageous imagination, Peter, to even try that. Crazy. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Zanetti. Here comes the cross. Turns and goes back. Rui Costa. Ball swung in. Has a look up and drives it forward. And that'll be the last act of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Invitiamo tutti i tifosi a dare il proprio contributo alla nostra fondazione per l'aiuto alle popolazioni più povere. Attenzione, un cambio.
So off we go once more.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Now he's got space here. No luck with that dink over the top. Zanetti. Xavi Alonso. That's an imaginative pass. Serginho spots it and intercepts. Van Dijk. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Tries to pass it through. And this is Ibrahimovic. And it's Serginho. And his header! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. China appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Well, that looks a cracking ball. He has found the way through. Doué! Takes a shot.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Doué was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Xavi Alonso. Good ball over the top. Yeah, no joy this time.
Attenzione, la sostituzione.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. And the break in play means they can now affect their change.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of, go make a nuisance of yourself.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Ibrahimovic. Ruben Dias is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. And this is Ronaldo.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And it's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. That's good vision. Picked out brilliantly. Crosses. It's a mighty effort! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Ibrahimovic might just make this. Zanetti. Rui Costa, out towards the flank. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Probing pass. Looking for a runner. Good read, needed to be. just beyond his reach. And it's Doué. Conte. Threads one in. Nicely aimed pass. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Zanetti. Saliba. Xavi Alonso. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. That is good strength. Gives it back.
China can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
And this is Messi. Quick look, then plays it in. Doué. And we're done. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
That's a fairly demoralising loss. They hardly threatened, and this was about as insipid as it comes.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So off we go then.
I suppose if you're playing in an attacking position in this team, then having a craftsman like Rui Costa beside you is a dream.
It's in most people's lists of great number 10s.
I'm going to go along with that too.
And it's Zanetti. Pirlo. Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Zanetti. And Serginho. Pirlo. Knocks it into space. Ronaldo has it out wide and it... Oh, great header! Goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Oh, super header, wonderfully acrobatic.
Yeah, a diving header is always a pleasurable sight, and that was just about perfect.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And this is Ronaldo, Ibrahimovic, Rui Costa. Oh, sweet feet. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And here's Messi. It's Ibrahimovic! Denied by an instinctive save.
Ibrahimovic actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Milan with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Diogo Costa gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Bellingham. Milan are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Bellingham. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Kukçu is the team's great visionary. Bellingham. Rui Costa. And it's Serginho. Pirlo. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. Serginho. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Bellingham. 30 minutes gone.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Now it's Messi. Kukçu. Guti. Nice bit of trickery. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. And now they can spring out of defence. No, that was never going to make it. Now this could be a chance. Haaland! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. That has not gone well. It's Rui Costa. Messi in with the challenge.
Milan can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's in space and looking for options. He's found a way through. Crosses it in here. Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
That has been knocked clear. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Quality ball. And he's intervened well there. Serginho is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Bellingham. Now it's Haaland. And we hit half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Milan, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out.
Chance for a shot! No mistake! They have come roaring back!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real gain here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Jeff, Chiba are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert it.
He rises! Firm header just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Bellingham. Robertson. Bellingham. Just eases him off the ball. Bellingham has been caught there, it's a foul. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Rui Costa. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, good spread. And he's picked it up out wide. That's an excellent interception.
Milan really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure and come again.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Rijkaard. And here's Haaland. Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Oh, that's a key interception. Van Bouten. Rijkaard. Passes short and sharp. And he was alert to it. Ibrahimovic is onto it in a flash. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. And he has shown him a yellow card. Looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Robertson. He's found a way past. That's really well manoeuvred. And here's Kukçu. Great vision. And the through ball. Big chance, must be! Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. The referee's come over, it's a red card. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
Substitution on the field.
Milan with a free kick then.
Guti.
Pirlo! Tremendous from Pirlo! He's got himself an absolute peach. Into the lead once more. A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Number 20.
Milan get themselves into the lead.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
That's very neat.
Milan surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Zanetti. Serginho.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
Milan have their second corner now. Climbs up big! And that would have been game, set and match.
Cristiano Ronaldo really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Rui Costa. And here's Messi. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Kukçu. And it's Messi. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Milan moments now away from seeing this one out. Now it's Alvarez. He's through, now is he in?
Jeff, Chiba really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
He's gone for goal! This is Ronaldo, and the shot! And yes, it's there! 2 ahead, late in the day, game over surely. Milan could not have picked a better time to snatch a 2-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Howson. And we're done. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the job is done. Cristiano Ronaldo taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Milan definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So off we go then. And the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected.
Well, just when you think you've got Eden Hazard, Peter, he opens up another box of tricks entirely.
And that's the thrill about him, isn't it? Every time you come and watch him play, he seems to come up with more and more surprises.
Well, I mean, that's the key to the job, isn't it? Find a different way of doing the same thing, and that he basically excels at. He's fantastic. Once he comes inside, anything is possible.
Tries a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
There's a certain aura about him today, tremendous. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Finds himself unceremoniously floored. That's really well cleared. He's found a way past. And now a sudden chance to counter. Inter Milan looking to pass their way through. Oh, shooting chance! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
That is being shifted off it. Now that looks a decent ball. Pirlo. Rui Costa. Messi. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Xavi Alonso. So what can they make of this? Great vision. And that pass just didn't quite work. Triol.
That's so good and so often seen nowadays. Don't give them time to think on the ball.
And it's Camavinga. Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Van Dijk. Inter Milan finding their passes. Quality ball. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Knocks it into space.
Milan really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Alonso. Oh, cracking ball. And it's Camavinga. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And he's cut it out. Pirlo. Serginho. Ibrahimovic chasing after it. Triol wins the duel this time. Passing is crisp and sharp. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Big chance! He is just a joy! That is a gem! An absolute gem! A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Ha segnato al 29esimo minuto, numero 15.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. And here's Van Nistelrooy. Ibrahimovic. Serginho. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And it's played forward. Xavi Alonso. It's a threatening ball. That's a lovely, neat pass. And it's Ibrahimovic.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Now it's Hazard. Alonso. Rui Costa did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Some resolute defending there. Camavinga. And it's Camavinga. Pirlo.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
The final seconds now. Benatia cuts it out. Hazard has found the net here, of course. And the first 45 minutes...
because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that.